our channel for the Fantasy Knockout Fantasy Football Show. Today is Saturday, September 9th. You can follow the show on social media at Fantasy Knockout. Make sure to subscribe, whatever platform you're watching or listening on. And I got a goal this year, 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Let's get it. I'm excited for today's show. It is the Week 1 injury report. Who's in, who's out. Did you know you guys can support the show? You can sign up to become a Knockout member through Patreon. When you do this, you'll get access to Flex Rankings. When you guys have questions between running backs and receivers, the Flex Rankings will help you. There's the trade chart with priority value or player values and priority questions and answers. Let's talk some news.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the news.
News with views. All right, to start it off, running back Myles Gaskin from the Minnesota Vikings. He was released, but he's expected to re-sign to the practice squad. So this is just going to be another name to note for depth. And then running back Jaleel McLaughlin from Denver. Reports say that McLaughlin is going to get, quote, significant carries in week 1. This makes sense, kind of not overworking Javonte. He's probably going to be on a snap count. Makes sense.
Main event.
All right, the main event, who's in, who's out, the injury report. So all these players I'm going to mention, they popped up with a questionable tag this week. Sometime this week, they popped up with that cue where you're just like, oh, I don't want to see that week 1, right? Again, so this is going to be my take on whether these players will be active for game day and then also what to do with them based on that information. So here we go. We'll start off with some running backs. So Ramondre Stevenson from New England, he popped up with an illness, missed Friday's practice. He's going to be in. Go ahead and start him. He's over his little illness bug. He's good to go. Kenneth Walker from Seattle with the groin injury. He's going to be in. Start him as well. Javonte Williams with Denver with the knee issue. He is going to be in, but I would flex him if you don't have to play him this week. I would try not to. Kind of let them work him in, but if you need to, flex him. He's flex worthy. Dalvin Cook from the Jets. He had the shoulder thing in the offseason. He's going to be in. You can flex him. Kendre Miller from New Orleans with the hamstring injury. He is literally questionable up until game day. Not sure whether he's going to do or not. I'm not counting on him being in, so I would sit him. Devon Achane from Miami. He's got the shoulder issue. He's going to be as well questionable up until game day. I'm not trusting it yet, so I'm going to sit him. We didn't draft him to be our number 1 starter. We drafted him to start maybe later in the season. Let's see what they do with him first. Zach Moss from Indianapolis with the broken arm. He's going to be out. Sit him. Cordarrelle Patterson from Atlanta. He's got the thigh injury. He's going to be questionable up until game day as well. I'd sit him. And then Kenny McIntosh from Seattle with the knee injury. He's going to be out. You can sit him. Some wideouts to go over. Cooper Kupp from the Rams. He's got the hamstring injury. We've all seen that he's got the out tag, so he's out. So sit him. Put him in your IR spot. Pick somebody else up instead. Christian Watson from Green Bay with the hamstring injury. This one kind of broke silently. Weird. He's out. He's not going to play this week, so sit him. Jerry Jeudy from Denver with the hamstring injury. He's going to be questionable up until game day. I'm not trusting it. I have him on one of my teams. I'm going to sit him myself. But if you need to flex him, you can. I just wonder if they're going to put him out there just to kind of test it, to see what's going to happen. But I would not count on him being anything fantasy relevant this week. Terry McLaurin from Washington with the turf toe. This one's kind of surprising. He's going to be in, so you could start him. I thought he would probably take this first week off. Marquise Brown from Arizona with the hamstring injury. He's going to be in. You can flex him. Treylon Burks out of Tennessee with the knee issue. He's going to be in. You can flex him. Jackson Smith and Jigba from Seattle with the wrist. He just had surgery on that a couple weeks ago. He's going to be in. They're going to play him, so flex him if you need him. DJ Chark out of Carolina with the hamstring injury. He is out, so sit him. Wan'Dale Robinson from the Giants. He's got the knee issue. He's out, so sit him. Odell Beckham Jr. out of Baltimore with the ankle injury from, the Super Bowl. He is going to be in. You can flex Odell if you need to. Romeo Doubs out of Green Bay. He's got the hamstring injury. He's going to be in. I'm going to sit him. I'm not going to play him yet. John Mechie out of Houston with the hamstring injury. He is out, so sit him. Let's see, Adam Thielen out of Carolina with the ankle injury. He's going to be in. You can flex him if you need to. And then Devontae Parker from New England with the knee issue. He's going to be in, so you can flex him if you need to, but I doubt that he's on many of your rosters. So some tight ends real quick. Marc Andrews out of Baltimore. He popped up with the quad issue. He's going to be in. I'd start him with confidence. George Kittle from San Francisco with the groin injury. He's going to be in. You can start him as well. Darren Waller from the Giants with the hamstring injury. He's going to play, so he's in. Start him. Quarterbacks. Joe Burrow from Cincinnati with the calf issue. He's going to be in. You start Joe. And then, guys, just a quick reminder. Check your lineups right before game time just to make sure there's no surprise inactives. I hate that when you get that and all of a sudden you're like, crap, now what to do? Guys, just double check them. I do a final update to my rankings Sunday morning right before game time, about an hour before I'll publish those. So visit fantasyknockout.com to see them there. Real quick, though, some stashes for next week, just to kind of get ahead of it. If you want to get savvy and pick somebody up, if you had Cooper Kupp and you got that extra spot now, pick somebody up, get a little ahead of it next week, right? Here we go. So quarterback, if you're in need of a quarterback, Brock Purdy's got a nice matchup. He's out of San Francisco. If you're looking for a tight end, Gerald Everett from the Chargers, he's got a good matchup next week as well. Some running backs that are not that owned, but you could get savvy on. Devon Achane out of Miami, Zach Moss from Indianapolis, Tank Bigsby out of Jacksonville. I think Tank could have a surprisingly good day this week, and you might want to jump ahead of the waiver priority by picking them up now. Some receivers, Jalen Hyatt out of New York, Marvin Mims from Denver, and Van Jefferson from the Rams. These guys could have good weeks this week, and you might not have to spend so much if you get them now. Some defenses, if you're streaming defenses and you got an extra spot, you could get ahead of it. The New York Giants and the Houston Texans have great matchups next week. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today. The next show is the Week 2 waiver show. Who are we going to be picking up? Thank you for listening to the show. Make sure to subscribe, whatever platform you're on. Please leave that rating and review. It really helps the show out. And, all right, till next time, see ya.